Delhi, India is an amazing adventure. It's chaos to the max, with incredible sights and discoveries.
It's here, India, Old Delhi.
That's me, Elizabeth, with my friends Jennifer Veal and Bryant Wood. And today we're exploring a part of the world that I've always wanted to see. We'll start our adventure at one of Delhi's most famous places. All right, so we are standing in front of the Red Fort, and then take our chances touring the market on a rickshaw. The traffic here is crazy. Then we're off to be pampered and dressed in traditional Indian clothes.
I have never been more excited in my whole life.
Before we explore the most beautiful and historic sites in the city. If you can believe it, the water actually used to come all the way up to the third arch. It's a fascinating trek through the wonders of India, and you're coming with us, so you better get ready. This is insane.
We made it, Lizzie, we're almost there.
Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from Delhi, India. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stanton. I'm here in India with my friends Jennifer Veal and Bryant Wood.
Namaste.
Namaste. That is the greeting here in India. I'm so excited to be here, Liz. See the elephants, eat the food. Oh, and the palaces.
Oh, the palaces. I'm really excited to see the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we have so much to do and see here, so if you're ready, let's do it.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
India is a fascinating place to visit in South Asia, and today we're touring one of the country's most famous cities, Delhi, a complex blend of the past, present, and future. So along with my best friends and co-hosts for today, Jennifer Veal and Bryant Wood, we'll see the sights, get all dressed up in traditional clothes, and even ride a rickshaw. But first, let's clear up a common misunderstanding. Delhi and New Delhi are not the same thing. The city is divided into two main parts, old and new. Delhi is the second largest city in India with a population of over 20 million people. That's more than many countries have. New Delhi is one of 11 districts in the city of Delhi, as well as the capital of India since it was moved here in 1911 from Calcutta in East India. Kind of confusing, but once you see it, you can tell the difference between the new and old. For Bryant, Jenny, and I, our first stop would be the Red Fort in Old Delhi, built by the emperor from Agra. All right, so we are standing in front of the Red Fort.
That is right, Lizzie. And guess what?
What?
Brian has the facts.
Jenny, I thought you would never ask. Did you know in the 1600s they moved the capital from Agra to Delhi and built the Red Fort in 1648?
Wow, that's almost 350 years old.
Yes, this place has seen a lot of history through political and economical change, but it's always stayed a symbol of power and sovereignty.
I'm gonna catch him out.
Okay.
How big is it?
Ooh, great question. It's 3,000 feet in length with 60 to 70 foot walls. It took over 10 years to build this thing.
Both Delhi and New Delhi are located along the river Yamuna, and the Red Fort is on the right bank in the northern part of the city. Mughal emperors once ruled India, and this fort stands as a powerful reminder of that. The emperor Shah Jahan from Agra built it. He also built the Taj Mahal, so super architecture cred right there. The name Red Fort is obviously from the color. The two main gates and walls were built of red sandstone. What a cool spot! No wonder it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. That's a site considered by the United Nations to be scientifically or culturally important to humanity. Next stop was New Delhi. Here's where the chaos I mentioned previously absolutely reigns. We're heading into the market, so fasten your seatbelts. All right, so the best way to get around here is by rickshaw.
That's right, Lizzie. This is a rickshaw. We're about to go into the market and cover some serious ground.
Yes, we are, and they also are very cheap. It's about $5 an hour, so you guys ready to go?
Let's go.
Do it. Locals say the market is the perfect place to shop, and they're right. It's no secret. From the crowds, you've probably already guessed that. The traffic here is crazy.
I know. Fingers crossed we get across.
We made it. Wow, that was the craziest drive I think I've ever been on.
That is nothing like I've ever experienced. We saw an ox on the way here. We saw a horse and carriage. There's motorcycles everywhere. Tuk-tuks.
It was incredible, and I cannot wait to keep exploring.
Yeah, so come on, let's go.
Yes.
Go explore.
Is it?
Ready, it's kind of hot. Let's go.
The market has been going strong for more than 3 centuries. And back in the day, it attracted buyers from as far away as Holland and China.
Oh my gosh, the guys, there is so much to buy here. It's almost overwhelming.
I know, but we're on an adventure, right?
Yes.
Definitely. Knowing you two, I'm sure you'll find a lot of things to buy.
I
Definitely.
agree. Let's go that way.
What are you doing? The cutest thing ever.
Let's go shopping.
Let's go.
Literally, you will find it all here. Electronics, jewelry, all kinds of gorgeous fabrics, and clothing, handmade souvenirs. Here you'll also find a famous spice market. Getting there might be a challenge.
Come with us, we're gonna go to the spice market.
At one point, we tried to cross the street. We sort of succeeded until our cameraman got stuck.
All right, we're gonna attempt to cross the street here.
It's an adventure in itself. Thank you. Wait, I'm stuck.
Back on the rickshaw.
All right, so our driver is working really hard. Driving us through this madness.
And if you look all around us, there's just these rickshaws everywhere. There's so many people. It's chaos, but I love it.
Horns,
Yeah.
honking, chaos going on.
Stores,
it's madness.
everything you could possibly imagine.
Vendors coming up to you trying to sell you things as you're driving.
Yep.
It's awesome.
It's here.
And finally, we made it. Asia's largest wholesale spice market. Serious aroma overload.
All right, so right now we're in the spice market.
Yes, some stores have dried nuts and fruits and others have spices.
We're here at the specialized store just for nuts. We got walnuts, cashews, pistachio, California almonds, kind of any nut you can imagine.
Did I hear cashews? Those are my favorite. I definitely have to buy some of those.
Let's
Look at some
go.
cashews.
Remember, India takes its spices pretty seriously. After all, early in history, spices are what connected this country to the West. The market is so fun, and the experience isn't just about shopping for dried fruits, nuts, and herbs. You also witness the whole process of the loading and unloading of goods. Organized chaos indeed. And when you're ready to take a breather from the crowds,
So to get where we are right now, our tour guide took us through a dark alley and then we went up loads of flights of stairs.
And then we got to this rooftop. We were like, okay, what's so special about this?
And then we saw this incredible view. Come check it out.
Come look.
incredible. What a view. And a moment to take a pause and take it all in. One thing I loved in India was hearing the call to prayer. It's quite powerful. And then, back at it, life's all about balance.
Can you hear me? This is a pretty crazy experience. We're going about 5 miles per hour right now. We're about 2 inches away from other people. It's crazy.
Coming up next, we get all dressed up India style.
You both look fantastic.
Fantastic.
And later, see more incredible sights.
Come on, let's go check her out.
Beautiful.
Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World in Delhi, India will be right back. To find out more, join me online at elizabethstantantv.com. You can watch exclusive videos and see behind-the-scenes photos from all my trips. So come on, join me and my friends at elizabethstantantv.com. Welcome back to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from Delhi. One look and you know, it's fair to say Delhi is definitely keeping us on our toes. This is adventure that Bryant, Jenny, and I will be talking about forever. We started our journey with the tour on the Red Fort, then joined the crowds at the market. One thing we noticed and admired was the traditional dress here in Delhi, so we decided to visit a sari store to discover more.
All right, so today we're here with Nikita, and Divya, and we are putting on the traditional saris in a traditional sari store.
I have never been more excited in my whole life. This is the only thing I really wanted to do in India. And is the sari a traditional thing that you guys wear in India every day?
Yes, it's very much traditional for us. We don't usually wear it every day, but it's usually worn for religious occasions and family functions, more so weddings.
I would wear it every day. How
It'll
long
be
is
beautiful.
this?
It's about 6 meters.
Wow.
It's made from one yarn. So it's 6 meters of cloth from
How
one
many
yarn.
feet is that? Like 18 feet?
Yeah.
Wow,
Pretty
that's
much.
like so many of me.
Do you put this on by yourself?
Yes, so it takes a lot of practice.
I get very tangled.
Seriously, I'm so tangled.
Jen, you might need a few more wraps than I do.
I think I need a lot of wraps. What are the saris made of?
So today you can have saris of various materials like chiffon and georgette and silk, cotton. Widely worn is cotton from since ages and centuries. But the very gorgeous and like the ones that you're wearing is silk. So pure silk or raw silk from the weavers of different parts of India is actually bought and made into a sari. And this print is basically a variation of Banarasi print, which is made by the weavers of Banaras in UP, Uttar Pradesh, in North India.
It was amazing, all handmade, and the silk was so incredibly soft.
You see Bryant over there. What do the men traditionally wear?
Ryan!
This is it. You guys have been working on some modeling poses, so.
Boy.
Here we go. Oh, okay.
Oh, Bryant.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
okay, BB.
All right, we've had enough.
Scooch-a-mooch. Scooch-a-mooch. You're covering my beautiful sari.
Sorry.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the men wear?
Yeah, sure. This is our traditional kurti that we wear with churidar, which is rings of cloth, cotton cloth. And then we team it up with a stole, which is worn by the Nawabs in a style which is by the side, with one hand when they display kind of superiority and poise. So they usually enter into parties and high socialite, high teas and events like this. And then today the younger generation, like Brian, wears it as a style statement as that.
Wow.
Ready for the runway.
You can dance in this actually.
Oh, you can dance,
can dance
Brian,
in this,
in
right?
this.
You
definitely dance on
Here we go. Oh, you are ready.
We learned that for both men and women in Indian society, the dress would vary depending on local culture, religion, and climate.
And how much is a sari? Are they expensive?
So it's it runs a huge price range. But yeah, the one that you're wearing is fairly expensive, about 7,000 to 8,000 Indian rupees, which is about a little over $100.
Wow.
But it's really worth because it's a one-time, it's an event sari, and it's a statement piece.
Jenny. Ooh. You look great.
Looking beautiful, absolutely stunning. Yeah.
Oh, I just love it. I'm so happy,
Amazing.
guys. So,
Can you walk in this?
you look gorgeous.
Such a pretty color,
We need to
Jen.
go out in this.
I know. Where are you taking us for dinner, Brian?
These are all handmade from gorgeous materials, and it isn't just clothing. It's literally like a piece of Indian history.
What's the history of the sari?
So traditionally, Indian women are known to be very voluptuous and a little on the fatter side. So for us, when our mothers and our great-grandmothers used to wear sari, they used to wear only cotton, and they used to drape it in a way which was just like this, but easier and just over the hand, so they could do all the housework and everything.
Wow, that's incredible.
And so that's how it started. Cotton saris it started, and then it became a piece of jewel. So nowadays, saris are also made with Swarovski crystals and diamonds, just
Incredible.
to pump and show and for
You
events.
both look fantastic.
Fantastic, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, should we do a
Colours are-
spin?
You want to
Wow,
walk?
yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think it's time we
Colours are
go somewhere.
We couldn't wait to wear our saris out. That, my friends, is for another story. Coming up next, ancient mausoleums. So they call us the memorial to love, modern markets, and more in Delhi.
Let's do the climb down.
Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World in Delhi, India will be right back. Welcome back to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from Delhi. Delhi, India is a great destination if you're interested in something different. With rickshaw rides and chaotic markets, to sari stores and incredible sights. Delhi, New Delhi, South Delhi, all of it is super fun. Brian, Jenny, and I were having a blast exploring. Next up on our list to see was another cool site. From the 16th century, it was actually a key inspiration from the Taj Mahal in Agra, one of the great architectural wonders of the world.
So they call this the memorial to love because after he died, his wife built this as a tribute in 1565.
Oh, that's so sweet. But she built it for 1.5 million rupees, which is about $25,000 now. Can you imagine how much money that was back then?
Seriously.
Yeah, this is actually one of the first buildings to use red sandstone.
I was wondering why it was red.
Same.
Yeah, with the Persian architecture, it's one of the must-sees when you come to Delhi.
Oh, awesome. Come on, let's go check her out.
Beautiful.
Constructed in the 1560s, this mausoleum is a garden tomb built with the support of both Humayun's first wife and Emperor Akbar, Humayun's son. It was considered a very grand structure for its time. It's also known as the dormitory of Mughals, because there are over 150 Mughal family members buried in the cells here, including Humayun's wife, great-great-grandson, and many other emperors. You can also see another epic construction built during the Mughal Empire. Just don't ask me how to pronounce it.
So this place actually used to be a well in the 15th and 16th century, and if you can believe it, the water actually used to come all the way up to the third arch.
And it's now empty because they built a subway station and the water drained out.
And today we're able to go down there and check out the well ourselves. So you guys want to go?
Yeah.
Let's do the climb down.
Hopefully we can get back up. Let's go.
I'll follow you.
This well actually was made famous in 2015 by a popular Bollywood movie called PK. It brought some much-needed attention to this architectural star that's central Delhi's oldest monument. In Hindi, BAOLI means step well, and several of these were constructed over time to give the city of Delhi water for drinking or bathing. They were often near mosques and temples so that the worshippers could cleanse before their prayers. Fascinating to explore, and so important to protect. They are a key part of Indian history and culture. Nearby is Jantar Mantar, an impressive and ancient instrument used to study astronomy. It was built by Maharaja Jai Singh of Jaipur. And close by is this, an Indian gate. It was built to honor the Indian soldiers who died fighting during World War I. And jumping back to Old Delhi, stay with me now. Near both the Red Fort and the Chandni Chowk market is the largest mosque in India, the Jama Masjid Mosque. Just remember to dress appropriately out of respect, and you can enter the massive courtyard and climb to the top of the South Tower for an incredible view. Whew! All of this sightseeing earns you a shopping trip. Yes, that is how that works. This is an amazing market in South Delhi.
Let's go this way. Lizzie, look.
Food, crafts, clothes, so much to choose from.
I got the blue. Pretty, right?
The search for a shirt for Bryant was on.
Oh, almost got punched. Careful there.
You have to open the button.
My tip, bring the local currency, the rupee, in small bills and be ready to barter and have a good time. Coming up next, a peek at another famous Indian city, Jaipur, from the back of an ancient elephant. Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World in Delhi, India will be right back. To find out more, join me online at elizabethstantontv.com. Welcome back to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from Delhi. Delhi has been amazing, let's face it. India is exactly what you expect, and full of surprises at the same time. Speaking of surprises, let's take a peek of one of my new favorite places, the city of Jaipur. It's definitely worth mentioning that a day trip to one of Jaipur's most popular spots, the Amber Fort, will get you a ride on an elephant. The elephant handlers are called mahouts, and each pairing is a true partnership. Mahouts care for their own elephants, feed them, wash them, and sometimes even sleep near them. Thanks to animal rights groups, elephants at the Amber Fort are now limited to 2 trips and only 2 passengers in the hot weather. That means the elephants are done for the day before lunch and the heat of the day. So getting there early was a great idea. We noticed that many of the elephants were painted in different patterns. It's a centuries-old tradition that symbolizes royalty. Once at the top, the fort is incredible. Just be ready to stand your ground with some insistent vendors. And one more thing, absolutely do go to the Monkey Temple. They will climb all over you, they will intimidate you, and they will pull your hair. But I promise you'll love every minute of it.
Okay.
All right, so right now we are at the Monkey Temple, and we are covered in monkeys.
Sit.
Me sit? I sit on the. What, okay.
You sit down.
Get down,
Hold on,
Andrew.
monkey.
Hold on.
We're going down.
Hold on. Come.
Okay.
Come.
So
The baby one is so
I love the baby. I want
this
the
is my
baby.
our new friend.
Oh, you are quite strong.
Even the babies are big.
Relax.
Is this a baby?
Oh no,
Baby.
that is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
The waters here are considered holy. The temple is arranged around a natural spring that has been channeled to fill large pools. The tanks of water are called kuns. Pilgrims bathe in them, and the monkeys are known to take a swim too, especially at sunset. The temple itself is really cool, but the main attraction here is definitely these guys.
Baby. Look at this baby. He's in my hood. The monkey's in my hood.
Wow.
More friends.
This is the best experience of my life.
India, it leaves you speechless.
We had so much fun here in India. I want to thank my friends Jennifer Veal and Bryant Wood for coming along with me.
Of course, Liz.
So guys, what was your favorite part?
Oh, I just have to say, trying on the beautiful saris. I loved them.
Oh, that was awesome. It's kind of hard to say, but I really enjoyed meeting all the awesome people, and I have to say, my pants are pretty cool.
Oh, definitely. Well, I'm Liz Stanton saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you. Bye, guys.
Here we go. Oh, you are ready.
Just over here monkeying around.
Every day giving for the monkeys the morning and
Butt in my
afternoon,
face.
too much food, not
I
so
just
hungry, they
gotta
like.
mouth to the monkey booty.